All right, so we just went between and came out into space. The wild frontier. Gilly, exactly where are we? Are we in another galaxy? This doesn't feel like the Milky Way. We're in a different galaxy? We're in the Andromeda Galaxy? No, we're not. Are we in the Pleiades? Nope. We are in the Orion. Are we in the Orion? Yes. No wonder it's me and put nutrition around me. A film. Nutrition. Of invisibility around me. Okay. Also, I should let you all know that the Sophia Dragons are with us, and they said they needed to triangulate a signal. So we're back to some kind of mission. Oh. Gilly, did a shuttle with an invisibility shield just pull up in front of us? You guys might want to understand, I'm seeing blackness, and all of a sudden there's a density of energy in front of me. It's I can't see the ship, but I feel the density of it. That's what. Yes, Karen. Ship here. Gilly is saying. Okay. Are we? It looks more like a shuttle. Like we wouldn't be. Gilly couldn't fit in the cargo hold. Okay. Oh, there's one of those pods coming out of it. Like, the best way I can tell you guys is an airplane, when it has that little poofy thing that comes from the terminal out to the plane, that's what's coming out of the shuttle. One of those. All right. And Gilly is flying up to it. Oh, I don't like the idea of jumping off into that. Okay, there's Galilee waving, and he just threw out a harness that I got. Okay, there's something to put around me. Okay, this is different, but more secure. At least I won't float off for Gilly to have to come after me. All right, sweet girl, are you ready to take off? She is ready, and I am going to... Oh gosh, there's like this little cage thing. Oh, that's so cool. I'm stepping into the cage so she can fly away. Goodbye, guys. So the Sophia Dragons, Gilly and Blue, Mark's dragon, are taking off. And I am getting into this little shuttle thing. And they're closing it off. Okay. I'm just going through a chamber, like a pressurizing chamber. Oh, they just sprayed that cold mist on me. Now, why can't that be warm, Mark? It doesn't make sense that it couldn't be warm. It's always cold. Hey, there you are, guys. Hello, Galilee. Hello. Hello, Mark and Karen. See how lucky you are, Mark. You don't have to go through those cold vaporizer things. Hello, Corey. Thank you.
Namaste, everyone. Love you all.
Namaste, Mark. Good to see you guys again. Oh, Ambassadr Kassandr. Thank you. Willem and Suri, you're both here as well. I take it we're on another mission? We are. Come aboard. We need to get going here. Okay. All right, we're sitting down and the shuttle's taking off. Whew. At warp speed, I might add. Okay. That little cage thing was different. I haven't experienced that before. Thank you, Galilee. Yes, this is one of our different shuttles. We thought you might be more comfortable since you're not trusting to jump off into space. Yeah, not comfortable with that. Thanks. Cage worked. So think about, guys that are listening, think about one of those fireman things that lift up and it's got the little cage and then somebody jumps out of the building into the cage and then they pull it down. That's the kind of cage it was. It was like this arm thing that came out. So yes, much more comfortable. All right. Are you going to give us any clue as to what this mission is that we are on? We are in the Orion Galaxy. That tends to say Reptilian mission. Is that what we're up against? It is. Aha. This is exciting, Taryn, Curry is saying. We have been experimenting with how to use the light quotient food energy as an aerosol. And we had some beings in one of the ships, some double agents, you would call them, and they put this into the air vent system in a way that it couldn't be detected easily. Commander Zillian's teams have come up with a way to do it that would disguise it extremely well. And this is our first attempt. We have gotten some very good reports, so we can't wait to find out what else is happening as a result of this. And how exactly are we going to find that out? Are there cameras or microphones in the ship that will give us that information? Our double agents will. Yes. We have gotten some recording devices through this person. Well, we should say this being. This is not a humanoid being. This is one of Commander Zillian's team members. Very good. Very, very good. How does that work exactly? If they're on the light quotient food energy, their whole countenance will be different. And if they're going into one of these ships and they're expected to be subservient and fearful and angry and manipulative, how exactly do they be on the ship now? Because that's not their nature anymore. Isn't that detectable? Yes, Karen, it is. This particular being let go of using the food quotient energy for that very reason. Okay, so had this being been on it before and then shifted and stopped it? Because you had requested some people who would do that. Is that a possibility at this point or not? Had they not used it at all? They had not used it at all because they have been on this ship the entire time. Okay. So this will be the first this being is experiencing its effect. Yes, that's what's even more exciting. to see the distinction between aerosol versus actual food. And then we're learning so much by using it intentionally, the way we all are on Earth, again, versus drinking it. So we've got several planets that are using it intentionally. We have this experience now with the aerosol. So we are looking forward to finding out how this particular approach works. Okay, we have arrived outside of a spaceship. While we were talking, Ambassadr Kassandr was getting the system set up. Are the Galilee, are the dragons triangulating to block our signal? They are. Okay. Are there any other shuttles that are here to get this information, or are we the only ones? We're the only ones. Is there a meeting going on? How are we getting this feedback? Yes, there is a meeting going on. That's why we want to see, we're excited to see how it affects an actual meeting and who actually notices it. That's the other piece. We wanted to experience how this is working in a group setting versus an individual setting. It'd be really hard to determine the distinction of behavioral pattern with just one person or one being. It's more effective if we had it in a group setting. And there are people in this beings, guys, I apologize. We're not talking humanoid species here. And I keep saying people. It's all beings. It's all, okay, Galilee, tell me, is it all reptilians, beings that are in this meeting? There's a few other species we suspect that will be there, so it's not all reptilian. However, none of them are humanoid. And that's the other distinction we want to make, how it affects these other species. Okay, got it. All right, they're running the monitors, and they're working on getting live feed at the moment. Willem is working with Ambassadr Kassandr, while the rest of us sit on pins and needles with all of you. And Galilee saying, Mark, do you have any questions while we're waiting about this situation?
Well, I definitely can see, because this technology, as you know, also works on a quantum level to the creation frequencies. So I think it could have a positive effect. It's just questionable if it is strong enough in this form to be effective, which, of course, we don't know just yet.
Well stated, Mark. Exactly. Well stated. We are not sure how effective it will be through the lungs at getting into the brain and the organs. Drinking it for the reptilians was very effective because it so quickly went into their organ system. We're not sure how quickly it will get in as an aerosol particle into their bloodstream. We are hoping it has a similar effect that it would humanoids, that it would go right to the brain faster than the organs. That's what we're hoping for. That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, but I can see, depending on how this works out, this can be utilized, say, on planets like out here on my planet, where there is a lot of resistance on many levels, which we don't need to go into now because that would take up time. But you know where a lot of the resistance would be on our planet, on Terra, Earth.
Yeah, Mark, that list is way too long. Way too long.
I mean, I could go into more, but I'm not.
Yeah. So, okay, they're getting feed. We got some feed here, so we're seeing the conference room. Now, is the camera on the agent's body? Is that, or did the being plant it somewhere? I can't tell if it's on a head and it's moving or if it's on a wall. I can't tell that. She's wearing it. Okay. All right, got it. It feels like she's wearing it on some kind of a glass, like glasses. But reptilians don't wear glasses, do they? No. It's a type of headgear that they do wear as part of their uniform. Aha. Oh, that's intriguing. All right. So, yeah, I keep seeing it turn side to side kind of thing. So she's looking around for us. She knows that we're connected, right? Yes. There is a signaling device where she'll get a pulse when we're able to, when we sign in and we sign off. So she'll know when we stop looking. Okay. Oh, this is so exciting. So exciting. Okay. It looks like the meeting's being called to order. And there's I can't understand the language that's being used. And I don't think I need to. No. Karen, we can interpret that, Curry is saying. So the meeting is being called to order. And what's very interesting is we have seen this leader talk before. And we can tell you that there's a softer approach. Oh, Galilee saying he just stumbled on his words. He's shaking his head. What do you mean stumbled on his words? He's not remembering his words? It's either that he's not remembering, but I think more that it's that he's not wanting to use that harsh a term. He's selecting his verbiage differently than normal. So somebody's coming back at him, another being there is coming back in very harsh terms. And that being is not of the same species. So that might mean that, do you all think that might mean that that species is not being affected the same way? Very possible, Karen. Okay. And it's starting a discussion around the table. So now another one's confronting the one who just spoke. Here he is saying he's confronting him and he's saying that he doesn't like the harsh tone he's using. Oh, they just got it set up so that it's interpreting what they're saying into English. Now I can hear it coming through the machine. It's interpreting it. There is no need to have that kind of approach. We are all here for the same purpose. But fighting each other is not going to accomplish anything. We've been fighting each other for centuries. Yes. And what has it accomplished? Nothing. We are here in this allegiance, aren't we? And what has it accomplished? There are many worlds that we have taken down, that we are in control of, that we have at our fingertips. What do you mean it hasn't accomplished anything? And yet we need more and more and more. What is it? What have we successfully achieved? He's glaring, and the monitor is, or the leader is saying, the purpose of this meeting is to come to a conclusion about how to move forward. We have been at a standstill. We've been losing troops. We have been losing members. We have been losing worlds. We have been losing our grip. So there is a point here of what have we accomplished. We have to change our ways and our procedures. Force has not achieved what we wanted. So how do we work differently? There's an uproar in the assembly. There's our fight breaking out right and left everywhere. And the guy is pounding his fist. Order! This is not permissible. Oh, what? Can they see that? There's just like a mist that sprayed into the room. Do they know that just happened? Oh, they're all looking around. Yes, they do know that just happened. So, Ambassadr Kassandr, was that the light kosher food energy? Did they just mist that into the room some more? Yeah, they did. What are you spraying on us? What is this? The leader's like just dumbfounded. He doesn't know what's going on. And the beings around the table are saying, I can breathe easier. There's something that feels lighter about this. This, whatever this is, it feels really good. What is this? And the leader's just shaking his head. I will look into this. And the person with the camera is interacting too and saying, oh my goodness, what is this? My head hurt and now it doesn't anymore. Oh, I feel like I can breathe differently. So she's leading on the conversation. Exactly, Karen. Exactly. That was the purpose. And everybody's in total confusion. The whole meeting has gone in a different direction. Everybody's totally confused. We can adjourn into another meeting room. No. Everybody's saying no. We can stay here. This feels better. But we don't know if it's potentially harmful. Doesn't feel harmful. People are getting up and they're stretching and they're yawning and they're moving around. One of them's just like kind of running in place, and they're order. The guy's trying to get order back. This is just, it looks like, kindergarten when one kid gets going and the others just take off after them. Oh my goodness, it's funny. The people are just, and somebody's going, I heard the other day, they're starting these conversations, I heard about your situation, I'm really sorry to hear that. Like, oh, thank you. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm just hearing bits and pieces because the monitor can't interpret all of them at once. But you're seeing people just starting to cooperate. Ambassadr Kassandr, do we have any idea how long the effects will last? We do not. So is it still, I was under the impression that the energy was being sent into the room consistently for a while now. Was that the first time? No. They have been slowly doing it before as well. But this is an extra dose that was put into this room. Okay. That was something that the agent did beforehand. She set it up to go off with a timer. Nicely done. Okay. It's the whole meeting is in disarray. What's going to happen is the question. Oh, so what's happening is there's little groups now working out solutions. What if we try this and what if we try that? And somebody's saying, this worked on another planet. Why don't we do this? The people seem to like it when they weren't forced. They cooperated when they were asked. I'm trying to catch the bits and pieces of feed here. The Ambassadr Kassandr is turning around. So the bottom line, Karen and Mark and everyone listening, the bottom line to know about all of this is, number one, it was noticed. Number two, it made an effect. Number three, they liked it. Number four, they felt better. Number five, it gave them more energy. Hence, they were getting up and they were exercising and they were moving. Number six, they started to work together. And number seven, They want to collaborate. And they want to get the species they're dominating enrolled. That's huge. That's huge. Right there is a success. Regardless of where else it goes, that is a success. We are very happy with this outcome. The leader's still trying to get everybody organized and aligned. And he's kind of asking for order again. Okay, does one of the groups that have been talking have a suggestion? Let's take one suggestion at a time. Oh, they're all wanting to share their feedback and suggestions. They're cooperating. There's another huge success in this meeting. Usually they try to out-scream each other. Not this time. They are not screaming. They are literally raising their hands. How did they learn that gesture? That's a humanoid gesture. They've been around humans a long time now. Oh, geez. Yeah. We will continue monitoring this. But at this point, we are going to let it go for today. We've seen enough. Karen, we need to get you back to the ship so that you can meet with Galilee. We don't want the dragons triangulating any longer than this. It becomes too suspicious. So we've maxed out our time right now, and we will get more feedback from the agent when she's able to get it back to us. She's also recording this, so we will get more information. We were just really looking forward to seeing it firsthand and wanted you to also be a part of this. Thank you. This was fun.
Yeah, I'm very optimistic with this new technology approach and how it could be utilized moving forward once we complete what you're doing here and figure out what the next step will be in the utilization of this approach.
Yes, Mark, there's a lot to be optimistic about, Galilee is saying. There's a lot to be optimistic. Oh, okay. We've just started moving. The shuttle started moving. Okay. Okay, Galilee, what were you saying to Mark? There's a lot to be optimistic about. And you are absolutely right. The key here is if we continue to release this into the ship, what will continue to happen? We also have to be very careful because they're going to look into where this came from. And if they detect that it came from our agent, she will be in trouble. Now, the other reason we did this now is that she is scheduled to go off ship for a mission. And we planned this around now so that she would be leaving shortly and that would break the train or can't think of the right word, that will break the connection that it could have come from her. she won't be there as a possibility. So, and if it continues, then they won't link it to somebody off the ship. Okay. Oh, we just arrived to a spaceship, and we're going into the cargo hold. And there are the dragons. Easy. Okay, so what's the next step, guys? What happens next with this? Well, first we need her off that ship, and then we can get the rest of the feed from her. And we will look at what's happened. The most important thing is what happens in the aftermath. We find out what happens when they research this. Do they find the source? Can they figure out a detection device to figure out where it came from? That's what we have to find out, and we need to know before she goes back in that ship. Also, Commander Zillian's teams need to know if it's detected, because then they need to come up with a different solution. But in the meantime, we know that they're not going to forget this. And maybe if they even detect where it came from, they'll want more. And they won't do anything about it. That would be ideal, is that they want to keep that going, and they'll let it continue to generate. That's a good question. How is it generating? How is it being created? Neatsy little device the teams came up with. This microscopic device that puts out a frequency wave that is the same frequency as the drink. Really, it's just a frequency wave. And it could even be considered a dynamic of energy and the plasma field. So they may not think that they were infiltrated. They may think that it was something in the quantum field, an anomaly that showed up this way. Ultimately, the ideal solution is they want to replicate it. They want to figure out what the frequency signal is and use it on all their ships. That would be the absolute top-notch answer we could ever ask for. Wow. Wow. So, what if we all help intend that? Just create the intention that that frequency signal is desired and expands for all of us. Karen, that is the perfect solution, Terry is saying. That is the perfect solution.
I do have an idea, at least on our planet, and I don't know if what I heard was accurate, but on Antarctica, they had a device, technology to transmit for communication to the Space Force once they leave off planet. But that technology can also send signal frequencies elsewhere on our planet. Do you know the technology that I'm thinking of?
I don't. Galilee, Galilee saying, yes, we do, Mark.
Perhaps that type of technology can be used along with this one in a positive way to moving forward.
There's a place for you to start your work. Most definitely. In the meantime,
Well,
yes, did you have something else, Mark?
yeah, I was just thinking more along that line. All right, so let's co-create this. We don't need to focus on it right this moment, but I'd be happy to work on with other teams as always to figure this all out. So that would be great.
Excellent. Thank you. You do that, and in the meantime, we're going to ask everyone listening to use the breathing technique we shared in the May session. And when you make the connection to the inner earth or the elemental groups, that then you create the intention, the prayer of intention, and set the framework that this frequency is amplified throughout all ships and throughout Earth. And that is the way to intend the frequency into being. Because when you connect again to that higher vibration, when you connect to these groups, the Anshar's meditation groups, the Elementals meditation groups, the Ancients, when you connect to that level of frequency, you create that mass meditation technique, and then you're at that higher vibration because they're all on. They're all drinking the light quantum, the light quotient energy food drink. They're drinking that so that then sends out this intent at the frequency of the drink. Okay? So that's how you, every day, can do a mass meditation to set up this intention. The blessing of all of this is that we are the Earth, I should say. Earth is in the pattern where you can work in the field that simply. It's such a high vibration right now. You can create your intentions and you can manifest them into being. So be very careful what you're creating. Make sure you are creating with your words and your intentions. You are creating what you want in your life because you're going to quickly get what that is. And if you're creating something you don't want, oof, don't go there. Don't go there. All right? So that's the wisdom that we have for you today. And we are just thrilled with the success of this mission and the success of this aerosol frequency. It just may be the solution for the entire universe and others. So it's good to know that the potentials are strong for this. Now, drinking the drink is always going to be more effective because it so quickly worked for the reptilian species. We don't know about these other species that were at this meeting. We haven't worked with them to test it yet. But we know the amazing effects it has with the reptilian species and how quickly their DNA is ascending. They are reaching a higher vibratory point much faster than the humanoids that are drinking it. Much faster. So, with that, do you have any other questions? If not, then we are complete for tonight. Mark, I'm good. Do you have any other questions?
Just along the lines of what we've already discussed, and I'm really putting together a few ideas, but I don't have a complete process for it just yet. But I will be communicating with the teams on it and talking with you about it as I put more of the details together.
Very good, Mark. Please do. You can connect with us too, Mark, Curry is saying, with the Anshar meditation groups. We can assist you as well. So don't hesitate to include us. Thank you.
You know I do. Most definitely.
Very great. Thank you. All right. I do have another question. You have expanded the light course energy food through these frequency patterns. Have you also expanded the use of the drink into other planets at this time? No, we have not. We are maintaining it in the structures that it has set up because we want to get more data before we expand it any further. The next step was to determine how the frequency works. Because before we expand it in a greater way, we want to make sure that we determine which is the most effective pattern. Which is it the actual drink? Is it the frequency? Is it the intention? We need to extrapolate out more information and results to determine when we go into another planetary system, star system, where they're at and which technique is going to be the most productive for them. So that's the place we are in our research right now. We want to learn more before we expand and use it anywhere else. Excellent. Excellent. Okay, then the other question to ask, as Mark alluded to earlier, there are many things happening on Earth that feel very destructive and very, very low density, low energy. There are so many control mechanisms attempting to be put in place. It's hopeful that more people are waking up. Not crystal clear. So could we please get some feedback from all of you as to what is going on right now on Earth? Are more people waking up? Or are the dark forces getting a stronger grip right now? We can't, it's hard when you're in the middle of the battle to know which side is winning this war, because we are definitely in a battle of good versus evil. So can you give us any clue as to where we are in this process? Kelly is saying, that is a wonderful question, Karen, and we understand your concerns. It is a blurry line right now as to what is really truly happening and what isn't, what's an illusion. And that's what we have determined lately, more so than ever. We cannot determine what's illusion as easily as we could before. And when I say that, I'm hoping you all understand what we mean by that. There are a lot of smoke screens that the dark uses. They use agendas, smoke screens. They use false pretenses. They use manipulative media and videos. They formulate what they want you to hear versus what is the truth so that they get their outcomes. And what is crystal clear right now is how many illusions are being created, how many different ways they are putting up images and statements and power plays and false reporting. Have there been some awful things on your planet? Yes. The reason that these are happening, like the shootings, like the animals being murdered, the food sources being murdered and destroyed viciously, those are the kind of things that we are all sitting back and not knowing what to do with, other than create the vibratory fields. So who's winning? Well, we know for sure it's the energetics of the system and the area of the Aquarian age that Earth is in right now won't tolerate lies. So that's where the illusions come in. They're creating illusions to try to prevent the lies from being seen. However, they're being exposed. Not as quickly as we had hoped, and maybe that will be easier for people to hear. What there is to do, all of you, is to keep praying for the truth to be exposed. Keep praying for that. Keep bringing the higher vibrations to it. We love that Karen uses spotlighting. She'll just take a quantum field spotlight of light and shine it on the event or the person or the government or the area. Light exposes darkness. It dissipates it. So keep exposing, keep sending that kind of information. There is a strong intent for good. And honestly, the intent for good is outweighing the intent for harm. Because even a lot of the people who have been manipulated and entrapped and have been working for the dark are realizing just how evil the dark has become. And there's more and more of them that want to be free of it. They want to be free of those chains. In the same manner that Commander Zillion wanted the red reptilian beings to be free of enslavement. Same concept. They want to be free too. So all those humans that have done crimes against humanity, step back and have some grace. Have some grace, because they've been manipulated as well. And allow for those that have been manipulated to step into their ascension. Because the more that step into the ascension, the better for everyone concerned. And know this, if these beings have done crimes against humanity, ask for the forgiveness and to ascend themselves and to get away from the dark, they will fight hard to stay free. And if they don't, it will be crystal clear, and you'll all you'll all see their downfall. So that's why it's so important to just hold everything in the light. Just hold everything in the light. Because those that have done, this is a simple example, but those that have been smokers and they step away from smoking and they realize how much people who smoke, the odor that they have, and they become people who dislike it even more than those who have never smoked. It's sort of that kind of amplification. A lot of times when you're free, you work harder for freedom. Look at Commander Zillion. He worked so hard to be free as a slave. And now what is he doing? He and his teams are working really hard to make sure others are free as well. So keep that in mind when you think about those who have created crime. They may just want to be free, and then that freedom will feed more and more desire to help others be free. Allow for that possibility, because that will free all of you faster. Much faster. So, the bottom line, Karen, we truly believe that light is winning. There's just a lot of illusionary veils being created right now. The quantum field veils are coming down, but the 3D veils are going up. Focus on 5D and the freedom. Focus on this energy. Is it possible to use this frequency energy curry on the planet and use it for these veils? Or in our government system? Intend it. All of you intend that frequency goes into all of your government buildings.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I was thinking the water supplies throughout the world, because water is for bathing, it's used for nourishment, it's used for everything, is all about water. The morphogenic field and the emanation field work that I do, I work with your teams on that as well, with the apex points, and so forth. So there's going to be some areas which I can work with you on, and we can figure out the best way of getting this done together.
Yes, and Mark, in my meditation every day, I violet flame all of the matrices, the 3D matrices,
yes.
the control matrices.
Yes.
And then after I violet flame all of that, I send the light kosha, food energy, into the water, soil, air, atmosphere, and ionosphere.
Right.
So that's what I've been doing. So any listeners, take it on. Please join us. Join us
right.
in whatever way you can. Go ahead, Mark.
Yeah, and if you have any questions or would like to directly work with one of us, our contact information is available with the show notes.
Absolutely, yes. All right. Well, and you can use the breathing technique. It's very simple. I've been finding I do that just to lift my frequency during the day. 6 breaths, and I breathe in, I breathe out judgment. I breathe in, I breathe out anger. I breathe in, I breathe out fear. I breathe in, I breathe out love. Breathe in, breathe out love. Breathe in and connect. Sometimes I'll just breathe after the releasing judgment, anger, fear. I breathe in and I connect to the elementals. I breathe in and I connect to the ancients. I breathe in and I connect to inner earth. And from there, then I set the intention. Or I just feel light all around me, and I feel I'm at a higher vibration. It's very simple, guys. It doesn't take long. Or that's when I'll just send the light out to the planet. I'll wrap everything in white light and love and healing cocoons and all that good stuff. So guys, play around with these techniques. They're very simple. And that's the beauty. We're in that area of the Aquarian field where it can be this simple. We're kind of in an elementary place. Let's take advantage of it, because that certainly wasn't the case 5-10 years ago. So, Galilee's laughing. All right, guys. Ambassadr Kassandr and Willem have already taken off. They're busy off doing their technical stuff. So, Sari went with them too. So, Galilee and Curry, thank you so much. This has been so fun to be on another mission. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am back with Gilly, and as Mark said, you can find our information in the show notes and my YouTube channel. So, thank you all for being part of the Awakenings family. Thank you for assisting us in these marvelous ascension missions that we're on and in this ascension energy. I felt huge shifts in my world. So I'm praying that all of you do as well. And goodbye, guys. Thank you so much. Goodbye for now. All right. I am lifting off and we are flying all out. Goodbye for now, everyone. We'll see you next month.